So good day guys, we are here to discuss about our lesson which is accounting cycle. So first of all, what is accounting cycle? So accounting cycle is also commonly referred to as accounting process or bookkeeping cycle. So it is a series of procedures in the collection, processing, and communication of financial information. So as defined in our lesson earlier, accounting involves the recording, classifying, summarizing, interpreting phases. So what are the accounting cycle steps which will be discussed by Benji, RD with the help of RV. So let's proceed now to the lesson which is the accounting cycle.
Hi guys, I will now discuss Lesson 3 Accounting Cycles. The main definition of this one is that it uses letter T. It has three sections: the assets, the liabilities, and the owner's equity. First of all, under the assets, it is the expenditure, capital, and the investments. Under this section is we have the debit and the credit. Under the assets, if the debit is mentioned, it will increase. On the other hand, the credit, it will decrease. Next, liabilities or the debt. For example, I borrowed 1,500 from my father to buy ice cream. That is borrowed from my father. It means that it will not come back to me because I need to pay that one. That is the liabilities. And then the debit and the credit is also mentioned. The debit will decrease and the credit will increase. It is the counterpart of the assets. And now let's move on to the owner's equity, which is the capital. For example, you are the employer and you hire many workers. You have to give them the salary monthly. And the money you gave them will not come back to you because will not come back to you. The owners the owner's equity is just like the liabilities, which the debit decreases and the credit increases. Now, for more questions to the example, let's give it to RD.
One, two, three.
Okay guys, hello. So thanks Benji for passing the problem to me. So let's give examples. Assets. So as you know, as explained a while ago, the assets, the expenditure, etc., etc. Let's give an example. So example, I create a business. Let's say I sell different kinds of balls. So let's call my business. Sorry for the bad handwriting. RD's balls. RD's balls. That's my business. Okay? So in RD's balls, of course, before you start this business, you have to have money to start the business, right? So for example, I have $1 million, right? So this million in our assets, this will be our debit. Our debit. Why? Because this is the start, the capital. So in our assets, the debit, this is the one which increases. Credit, it doesn't decrease. For this is my capital, the start of something new, the start. So on the other hand, in liabilities, as you know, it's debt. So for example, in my business, I need more money. So I borrow money from Benji, for example. Let's say I need 500,000. So in liabilities, my credit will increase for, as you know, in liabilities, the debit is where it decreases, and in credit, it's where it increases. So 500,000. So there, we've increased debt, liabilities. But if the time comes that I have the money to pay Benji this 500,000, and I get to pay him this 500,000, it will be decreased. So no, let's give a date. For example, this is January 9. I borrowed money on January 9, and I paid him on January 30. So at this sign, zero, blank, this is blank, and then the debit will decrease because I had debit before on January 9. I had debit. So this credit will decrease for I already paid it, right? So there's no more debit though. So my debit will decrease and my credit will be nothing. So in liabilities, I have zero. So I don't have any debt because I borrowed, then I paid, which is good. Next, in owner's equity. For example, I have workers for my these balls. So what I will do is I'll take workers, right? Because I need help to carry these balls. So let's see, I pay them 1 real per hour. So every hour I lose money, and of course this money won't come back to me. So let's say they'll work for 24 hours. So I'll give them 24 reals, right? So in a day, I'll lose 24 reals. So of course that will be decrease, right? A decrease. So as you know, in my owner's equity, this also like the capital. From the capital of my 1 million, 24 will be decreased. So in the debit, of course, as you explained by Benji, debit decreases, credit increases. So my debit will decrease. I have 24 pesos will be decreased from my capital. So it will be put on debit because it is where my capital decreases. On credit, none. So yeah.